In this era of globalization, many countries have achieved progress in various aspects such as in economy, social, technology and civilization. However, the progress enjoyed by this developed country is not easy to develop and solve the problems that have occurred for a long time. And the thing that is meant to be that is income inequality. Before that, we need to first understand the groups that receive income distribution in Malaysia. There are 3 income classifications in Malaysia, namely B40, M40, and T20. First of all, we will examine first what is meant by B40. The B40 group is known as the people that receive bottom 40% of the Malaysian household income. They earn less than Rm4,850 per month. Based on the Household Income and Basic Survey Amenities Report 2019, the B40 group in 2019 comprised 2.91 million households. In terms of the income distribution, the B40 only constituted only 16% of total household income. Next is M40. What is meant by M40? M40 is a group that known as the middle class in Malaysia or middle 40% group. Based on the Household Income and Basic Amenities Survey 2019, the middle class in Malaysia earn between Rm4,851 to Rm10,970 per month. Also, the M40 group covered 37.2% of the total household income in 2019. The last classification for the distribution income in Malaysia is T20. This group known as the top 20% of Malaysian household income. They are considered to be high-income earners, exceeding Rm10,971 a month. According to Household Income and Basic Amenities Survey 2019, there were 1.49 million households in the T20 Malaysia group, and they constituted 46.8% of the total household income. To prove that this issue of income equality still exists even in developed countries is from the article searched and statistics that have been found. From Malay Mail article, by IIUM on Friday, July 10, 2020, the highlights of the article was income inequality in Malaysia widened even while median household income rose to Rm5,873 in 2019, according to latest statistics. Referring to the article, the income inequality in Malaysia was measured using the Gini coefficient, with a higher value showing higher inequality in income. When it comes to gross income, the income inequality in Malaysia went up, with the Gini coefficient value increasing from 0.399 in 2016 to 0.407 in 2019. This issue is more significant among the population who are differentiated by the place where they live, such as in rural areas and urban areas. There are many factors of income inequality in Malaysia. Here, we will touch on and discuss some of the factors. First is the distribution of national income. The distribution of national income differs among the people of Malaysia. The share of the gross national income is more towards capital owners than labor compensation. Lower labor compensation share is associated with higher inequality in the personal distribution of income. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the share percentage of compensation of employees in 2019 is 35.9%. This low percentage of the compensation given to employees shows how these people who work with the capital, such as factory labor, compare to how much the people who own the capital receive. This is also related to the difference in income between the top-level position people and the lower-level position people in a company or organization. A higher position level offers a significantly higher pay compared to a lower position level or average workers. Next is the difference in wealth among people. For people who already have a large amount of wealth and assets, less income gives less effect on their lives compared to people who have lesser wealth and assets. People with less wealth encounter the burden of paying for house rent compared to wealthy people who already own houses. There is also a difference in the effect of endowment by the government. For example, if the government gives 10% subsidies on petrol fuel, wealthy people who own luxury vehicles which require large amounts of fuel will enjoy the subsidy more compared to people who only use motorcycles and other small vehicles. This is because wealthy people are able to pay more, yet they also receive the benefits from the subsidization that was given by the government. Whereas, for those who aren't wealthy, the benefits that are supposed to be focused on their group, B40, are being consumed by those who don't deserve the benefit the government offers. Next is the effect and impact of income and wealth inequality. Firstly, inequality in income and wealth leading people to the difficulties they had to face, particularly the low-income group. This is due to the fact that they must live their daily lives with very limited financial resources as a result of their salaries and wages. These people must work extremely hard to find a source of income in order to support their loved ones. In contrast to the high-income group, they have ample financial resources, and the assets they own are numerous and can be used to generate income if necessary. This clearly demonstrates how income and wealth inequality affects the low-income group, causing them to struggle in life. Second, financial management is an extremely important aspect that must be managed as effectively as possible. However, if a person has a very low income, it is extremely difficult for them to manage their finances properly. It's not that they aren't wise and prudent with their money, but the rising cost of living has forced them to reduce their monthly savings. They sometimes have to borrow money from friends to buy daily necessities because the cost of goods is rising while the country's wage level remains low. Third, inequality in income and wealth has also been related to the rate of crime. The crime rate in this country is steadily rising. If one digs deeper, the majority of crimes committed in the country are committed by the low-income group. They are willing to do anything to earn money in order to continue living. Many thefts occur because the money they have is insufficient, leading them to choose to steal items they believe are necessary. These people are mostly good people, but circumstances force them to do so, resulting in their name becoming tarnished and despised by society. Last but not least, income inequality affects people's personalities and how they perceive themselves and others. These groups believe others can be trusted, which leads to them being influenced and used by others. They are also uninterested in politics. Politics in this country is good as long as they receive assistance from the government. They also believe that people in positions of authority in the country must be respected, even if some of them have committed crimes that have been proven in court. As a result, this group is very susceptible to being influenced solely by promises and money given to them because they get enough money, which is sufficient even if the promises are not fulfilled. Based on the data that we have collected, we are able to look for some solutions that are capable of reducing the income gap between the poor and the rich. One of the solutions is that the current government needs to enforce fair tax collection. This is because, if high-income individuals do not pay their fair value, it will cause the income gap as well as wealth to get higher. Individuals who classified as T10 and T20 should pay more taxes, according to the government. Some of them do not pay the whole amount due, and even if they do, the tax they must pay does not surpass 1 per 5 of their earnings. This rise will not only assist close the income gap, but it will also enhance the country's overall income. The second solution is to provide them with access to affordable education. When higher education in our country is free or nearly free, poor and rich people will have the same opportunity to obtain a high certificate and become whatever they want to be, and it will also assist those who have been impoverished to escape poverty. They can get a better job with more wages and live a better life than they did previously. This strategy has the potential to narrow the income gap and reduce poverty in our country. The last solution, basic requirements that are affordable, can help close the income gap between the rich and the poor. This can be viewed in terms of our country's healthcare system. Individuals who are unable to pay medical debts owing to a lack of income are more likely to become bankrupt, whereas high-income individuals can easily obtain and pay for such services. This problem can be solved by offering affordable healthcare to everyone, so that they can all benefit from it regardless of their financial situation.